Sorry, Clark, could we make sure that they all get sworn, they all take the oath?
Swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
Touching the matter in issue.
touching the matter in issue
Shall be the truth.
shall be the truth,
The whole truth.
the whole truth,
And nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Honorable Minister, could you and your leaders introduce yourselves, please?
Well, Madam Chair, members of the House, yes, I'm Muntaka Mubarak, the Minister for Interior. To my extreme left is Dr. Koyon, the...
Could you let them introduce themselves, please?
Oh, okay. So maybe we'll start from the extreme left.
My name is Dr. Bikanyu Kuyon, Director General NADMO.
Honorable Chair,
Honorable Chair, please, my name is Daniela Mausin Tosapon, the Acting Chief Officer. Thank you. Honorable Director General of Prisons, Patients, Bafubon.
Honorable Chair, my name is Christian Teteuno, the Inspector General of Police. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, my name is Doreen Penyin Annan, Acting Chief Director, Ministry of the Interior.
Honorable Chair, my name is Delabi, Deputy Minister, Interior.
Honorable Chair, my name is Samuel Basantali Amadou, Acting Comptroller General of Immigration.
Honorable Chair, my name is Emmanuel Sisikwenu, Acting Gaming Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and your delegation. Your first infraction is on paragraph 1817, and it's under Ghana Gaming Commission of Ghana.
Yes, the commissioner is here, and then he will provide answers, and then where there's a need for me to do the filling, then I'll come in.
Thank you very much. Honorable Akwesi Kunedo will handle that one, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Welcome. This has to do with an investment you made in 2019 with the SIC FSL, Financial Services Limited, to the tune of about 5,165,000 Ghana cedis. And as of now, you've not been able to redeem the principal amount, neither the interest associated with it. And the auditors recommended that you recover this amount. How much of this amount has been recovered?
Honorable Chair, when I assumed office, even before the infraction was brought to my notices, I wrote to the SIC Financial Services Limited, demanding payment for the investment that we made. They wrote back saying that their investments have been escrowed at the Ministry of Finance, and that in the letter that they even wrote to me, they asked for my assistance to retrieve it. I wrote back to, I've written 2 times. I've also met with them together with the audit committee of the Gaming Commission, asking them that the amount is very significant and that we need to recover it for other purposes for the Gaming Commission. up to now, they haven't done much. They are a government institution, we're a government institution. So I wrote to my minister soliciting his view on it. And I was advised to write to the Attorney General's office to seek advice on how to recover that amount.
Sir, did you say they said their investment has been escrowed at the Ministry of Finance?
Yeah, that's what they are
or
saying.
Or they were seeking support from the Ministry of Finance?
Yeah, they are saying that, following the bank, following the collapse of the banking institutions, the collapse of some banking institutions or some investment institutions, they were affected. Therefore, they are unable to pay the money back to the Gaming Commission. They said they have written to the Ministry of Finance for them to release the funds for them to pay us. But up to now, they haven't received anything from the Ministry of Finance.
Do you have a copy of the letter you wrote and the response that they brought you?
Yes, please.
Has that been shown to the auditors?
I've given it to the auditors.
When?
When they wrote to us during the final management meeting, I furnished them with all the letters that I've written to them, together with our meetings and other things that we've done with them.
Do they acknowledge you having that investment with them?
Yeah, they did.
And acknowledge the balance of that figure?
Yes, please. They did acknowledge that they owe the Gaming Commission, but that they are unable to pay.
Auditors, do you have copies of these correspondence between the Gaming Commission and SIC-FSL?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we have cited those correspondences.
Madam Chair, can I say something here? I mean, I'm sure that the banking collapse and the challenges of it is not new to any of us. So, for me, yes, we must retrieve the money, but this is something that affected almost everybody, including many of us who are sitting around the table. So, auditors' insistence that Gaming Commission should find the money is like saying the government must find money to pay everybody. So what I then did was I said, look, let's write to Attorney General to advise us, based on this, what should we do, which we have written. If the Attorney General says that we should go and seize the assets, at least we are lucky we have the police with us, so it will be easy to do. But because it's also a government institution, and as I know that many citizens of our country have suffered the fate of the collapse of the banks, and many have not received their money, it's a big issue that is you don't have a straight answer to it until those are resolved completely. For those institutions to be able to pay back all their indebtedness, it will be very difficult for you to say that Gaming Commission should do everything humanly possible to get the money. But we've written to Attorney General, hoping that the advice he will give us may help us to retrieve the money. Thank you so much.
Minister, I'm glad you said you've written to the AG, the Attorney General. So the Attorney General respond to that. But as far as I know, SIC-FSL was in a different situation altogether before all this banking issue started. So I'm glad you have written to the AG. So I don't want to say anything because of the knowledge I have, but you have written to AG. So we'll leave it at that and wait for AG to respond. But I must put on record that SIC-FSL was in a different situation altogether before the banking issues, the debt restructuring started. So that must be on record, yes.
Okay, Madam, since you've said that, let's move on to the next one. The next infraction is paragraph 1821, unpaid license renewal fees. And Madam Abna Oseyasar will take that one, 1821.
Gaming Commission, what is the process that one needs to take to renew license for the work they do, as in those betting companies, the gaming operators? What is the process that they have to go through?
Gaming operators, when their license lapses, what they do is that they notify the Gaming Commission. We even do the notification first, 3 months prior to the expiration of their license. And then we ask them to come and renew. We do that with, we send them notices, and then if they indicate that they want to renew, then we send them their bills. And then they do come and then renew. That is the normal processes, if they satisfy all requirements.
So that if they are operating and they haven't renewed, must it be the auditor's business to come and point it out to you that their licenses have expired and they need to renew them?
No, please.
And so why did we allow more than about 26 gaming operators to operate with expired licenses to the tune of 14 million Ghana cedis?
Madam Chair, I'll come in. You know, the infractions dates back from 2023. It wasn't even 2024 alone, 2023.
Respectfully, when we come here, we don't care when the infraction began.
I know,
Ours
but
is to make sure, please hold on. Ours is to make sure that you have been cited for a particular infraction. What have you done about it?
Okay,
that is how we go about it.
Okay, I'm going to address that.
So go straight to that.
When we got the infraction of 14 million plus, what we did was that we realized that we need to do a reconciliation with the auditors. We did that. So we found out that the money wasn't actually 14. It was 9-point-something million. Following that, we have sent out demand notices, and 6.7 million cedis have been recovered, leaving a balance of 2.8 million. We're still pursuing them. Out of the number, the 29, about 5 of them have ceased operations, but we will recover the 2.8 million outstanding before the end of this year. That's an assurance from me.
You have done all this, and this is what you have to tell us, not whether you were not here and it did not happen under your watch. When you take up a responsibility, you inherit both the liability and the assets. And so, sir, I want to find out from you if currently there are some who are operating without renewing their license. Currently, there are some out of the 5 that you said they have halted their business and they are no more operating. How about those who are still operating? Do we still have some who are yet to renew their licenses?
We have pursued them. And
yes or no first, please.
No.
No. So all those operating are operating with a renewed license.
Yes,
currently,
please.
as we speak.
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Auditors, can you please confirm the amount they have retrieved, what is outstanding, and whether you indeed had a reconciliation with them and reduced the amount from 40 million to 9 million?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we did a reconciliation with them. The amount was revised to 9,557,052 cedis, 0.73. Then what has actually been recovered is 6,728,540 cedis, 0.03. So what we have outstanding is the difference between the 9 million and the 6.78 million. I can do that calculation and give it to you.
Oh, no, that's about 2.3, so that's fine.
All right, so 2.8 million.
Okay. So, sir, when should we expect you to clear the 2.8? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Madam Chair, respectfully, I agree with you that governance is continuous. But, I mean, you and I have been in this house for long. I think we may have to amend our laws to hold the specific persons who are there to come and answer. Why am I saying this? This is an infraction 2020-2024. someone was sitting there and acted irresponsibly.
Minister,
Sorry,
you
Chair,
could have
let me
brought
finish.
them.
Let me finish.
It's given, it's there. So
no,
you could have asked them to
no,
come.
the person is no longer in office.
Yes, but you could
Yes,
have asked them to
but
come.
because it's
If you
not,
had written to them and you shown us proof that you have written to them, yes.
unless we unless we are going to be arresting people and dragging them here. Because I can tell you that in this case, when some of them came, I asked that, can you call, I know the next one, for example, that has to do with somebody who went on scholarship or something. I know it will come. And we are asking that, can you get the CEO to answer? I mean, some of the tricky answer is, look, you inherited the place, move the assets and the liability, deal with the liability. He came to office in February, and with 3 months, he was able to retrieve that money. Someone was there, he was giving the management notice showing this infraction. He sat throughout that period. He never retrieved a dime, yet now 5 of the companies are what do you call it, have gone defunct. And the amount of money in their name, madam, it is better we tell the committee the truth. Those companies, that amount of money in their name cannot be retrieved because they are no longer in existence. Our effort is that even if they have changed their name or if they haven't changed business, we'll try and pursue them. But so long as those companies are defunct, those monies that are in their name cannot be retrieved. So I've told them yesterday, you better do the arithmetic, identify the 5 that are defunct, and be able to tell the auditors that this one, they are no longer in existence. So therefore, you better treat it as bad debt rather than give some false hope that I'll go and retrieve it, because you will not be able to retrieve that money because they are no longer in existence. So I think that that's clear. But when they do those reconciliation with the auditors, those that are still in operation, we can assure you that we'll do everything to retrieve the amount. But we'll not be able to tell how much it is because they have to do the reconciliation with the auditors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister, the person in charge said he gave us a year. He said he end of the year or so. You do say you are going to finish the 2.8 end of the year.
Yeah, I did say that, but
did you say that, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. Minister, this is not the first time.
Unfortunately, Chair, with a greater respect, you see, some of them don't know what parliamentary practice is. You come to a committee of parliament and you say, by the end of the year, I'm going to retrieve my money. At the end of the year, you don't come giving excuses. Maybe he has forgotten the lesson I gave him yesterday. I told him that when you come to the committee of parliament, you tell them the full of your truth. That's the oath you just saw. Those 5 that are collapsed, you cannot retrieve that money. And that money is part of the 2.8. But unfortunately, they've not segregated to know the exact amount, which I've tasked that they should do with the auditors so that they know out of the 2.8, how much of it is of the 5 companies that are no longer in existence, and treat that as something that cannot be retrieved, so that you know that what is left that has to be retrieved. Then you can pursue those ones and retrieve them.
Thank you very much, Minister. For that, there's a process, and they know the process. If they find out from the auditors, they will tell them how to write off these things. You do the process, it comes to Parliament, and then Parliament gives you that permission to write off a public debt or a public amount that is sitting in your books. So that process, work with the auditors. If clearly there's no way you can trace these 5 companies, they don't have any assets that you can rely on, you go through the process with the guidance of the auditors and your minister. I believe you can get it to Parliament, and then Parliament can write it off. But like the minister said, you tell us the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And so that when we are also putting it into our reports, we know that what we are sending to the floor of Parliament for debate is the truth and nothing but the truth. But I must say that you have done well, because you had a debt of 9 million and you have been able to reduce it to less than 3 million. And so clearly I was going to commend you for that. But the way you started that I came in 20, it was in 2023, that was a no-go area. But I must say that you have done very well, because within a short period of time, you have been able to reduce the debt by more than 70%. And so keep it up. But my issue is this. As you are there, make sure you don't build up on license renewal moving forward. As you are there, make sure you don't build up on license renewal. We want, the next time the auditors come, we don't want any unpaid license renewal in your books, because I can see that you know how to take money from people. So use that use that gift that you have to make sure you retrieve anything that belongs to the Gaming Commission. On this note, I'll end here. Thank you.
Madam Chair, can I just add this? I mean, we've been trying to digitalize almost all the services under the ministry. And I'm very hopeful that maybe by the course of the year, working with the GRA, we'll be done with that of Gaming Commission. So that when your license expires, we'll take you off. So we may not even have this issue, but your, advice is well taken. Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, I also need to commend Gaming Commission right now, the management now, for doing such a great job retrieving some of the money that was left in the past. And this should be a warning to those who thought maybe because they are not there, we will not go after them. We'll go after them. We'll go after them. In fact, I would have loved it, Minister, I would have loved it if we had known the names of those people who left that mess. So that we mentioned it on air. That you left that mess over there. Somebody's cleaning up for you. But let's move on. The next infraction is on paragraph 1825, and Honorable Cletus will take care of that one.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, this infraction is on unserved bond term to the tune of 414,591 Ghana cedis. Director, one Moses Tei Mensah, who went on steady leave with paid and was supposed to serve the Gaming Commission, resigned immediately after his studies on the 30th of January 2025 without serving the 3 years bond, and also failed to pay the compensation extended to him during the steady leave with pay period, calculated to be the amount I mentioned earlier, including interest. Where is Mr. Mensah?
Honorable Chair, I have written severally to Moses Tei Mensah. I've finished my correspondence that I've had with him to the committee, and then demanding our payment. You know, he responds back saying that he is still pursuing another master's degree program. So I said that in order for me to believe what he's saying, he said that he has finished one master's degree program in financial analytics. So I said, okay, let me know the school that you went in the US. Let me even have the transcripts. Up to now, he has never provided any of such. And then he keeps on tossing the Gaming Commission up and down. So I had a discussion with the minister, and the minister asked me to write to the Attorney General's office for advice. We've done that. We've also written another letter to the IGP to assist us in recovering the amount. Finally, yesterday, when we had a meeting with the minister at his office, he asked me to write another letter to him personally so that he will assist us to recover that amount, because 414,590.53 cedis is a lot of money. It's a lot of money that can take care of half of the salaries that the Gaming Commission receives at the end of the month.
Yes, Madam Chair, maybe before my colleague comes in, I mean, like the ranking was saying, the commissioner was Peter Miracle. And on this particular instance, he did not follow the laid down procedure for granting someone, steady leave with pay. He didn't follow. Because when you do, you expect to get the admission, you expect to all the things. When the person is in school, after every semester, the person will have to send the results for you to know that the person is still in school. He didn't follow all that. So I've asked the commissioner to write to me. I'm going to do 3 things. 1, on Peter Miracle, I'm going to insist that he's invited to pay the money. 1. 2, the one who guaranteed, a lady who is still working in the Gaming Commission, she's also going to be made to pay part of the money. And 3, on Tei Mensah himself, fortunately, immigration works under me. I'm putting him on the stop list. Any day he's coming to this country, he'll be arrested at the airport and he'll have to pay that money. This is the 3 things that I'm going to do. We will retrieve this money. We will retrieve this money. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but like I'm saying, Peter Miracle will have to answer why he granted that person that leave without following the due process and making that guy get to run away with over 400,000 without studying. The one who guaranteed, if you are guaranteeing for someone, you should know the trustworthiness of that person before you do the guarantee. And for him, who thinks that he's out of the country, then he may have to stay there forever, because any day he's coming, he's going to be on our stop list and he'll be arrested at the airport, and we will make sure that he will pay that money with the interest. Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. Let me also add this. The former, that's Miracle, was a chief executive there.
The commissioner.
The commissioner. You see, this man resigned on the 30th of January, and he even supervised that. He brought his resignation letter and he took. I mean, someone is on steady leave would pay, and the person did not serve his bond, and you took his resignation letter on the 30th of January. So I'm adding to what Minister said, that he actually deserved to be punished. He shouldn't go away with this. Thank you.
Honorable colleague, I was going to make a ruling on it. Minister, you've made my job easy. Whatever you said is my ruling on it. Auditors, take note. And you said it's Mr. Miracle, right? Who was the commissioner at that time. He needs to hurry up and come and pay this money, because he needs to know that he was working with Ministry of Interior. IGP is here. Do I need to go anywhere? And the head of the prisons is also here. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chairman, by this, then I think we should extend to the 1,001 people who had also done same at the Ministry of Health. Minister, maybe when there's a reshuffle and they want to send you anywhere, they should send you to Ministry of Health. you bring some.
Please, my people don't want me to be. My people don't want me to go anywhere.
Oh, we had 1,001 of unserved bonds from the Ministry of Health. And so if we are all going to take some drastic measures like this, I believe it will go a long way to stop this, because there are people, genuine people, who will go and come back. But when we do this, we sort of place a stop on genuine people who want to go steady and then come back. So I believe that if we put some sanctions or punitive measures like this, it will serve as a deterrent to people who sign bonds, they go, they run away, receive salaries, and don't come back. Thank you.
Chairman, with your kind permission, auditors, I'm a bit curious about paragraph 1826, when it says he came back to resign, and you wrote that in the report. Does it mean you cited a resignation letter from him?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And it was received by the commission?
We cited the letter of resignation as to how he submitted it, whether physically or through the internet, but we cited the letter. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I have an explanation for it. He resigned a day after I have resumed office. So he just sent it. And so that is the reason why you have it. So I've given it to the auditors.
Sir, we'll get him. Don't worry. The next infraction is on paragraph 1829, and that is Ghana Police Service, Bono East Region. Gaming Commission, you are discharged, please.
We came together, we'll have to go together. So
okay.
Almost all those infractions are sitting around, so we are not short of seats.
Abandoned infrastructure at our Techiman. and the amount on it is 1.6 million. What has happened to this project now?
Honorable Chair, yes, this is among a lot of other projects that are still in the abandoned stage. And so that the police administration has taken note of this and then say that we are waiting funds from the Ministry of Finance so that we can be able to tackle most of these projects which are still in the abandoned stage. This is not the only project. There are a lot of other projects in the same stage. Thank you.
Chair, yesterday, Madam Chair, yesterday when we reviewed it, I asked the IGP to do additional work to find out, one, how much will it cost to get it completed? And then two, currently their office that they are occupying in that region is a rented one. How much rent are we paying? So that we'll be able to just suppose, as against the rent that we are paying, whether the amount of money required to finish it, maybe we may be able to use even our IGF to do it, but they are going to tax that. The amount of money will tell us what we'll be able to. If it is so heavy, then we'll have to, like the IG said, we'll have to continue to rely on the Ministry of Finance. But if the money involved to get the thing completed is not that huge, then we'll try and use our IGF to finish off renting. So this is what we are trying to do. But like the IGP rightly said, we have so many of that. And following this audit, we have tasked the Estate Department of the Police to itemize all those uncompleted, not just listing them, but also telling roughly how much will be required to get them completed, so that it will help us have a clear strategy how to get them, all those ones completed, instead of going ahead and building new ones whilst these ones are still at the abandoned state. So we hope that once we get those things, you may see some improvement in the number of abandoned projects. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Your experience and maturity shows. Thank you. We wish we could clone you and send to other ministries.
Put me into more trouble.
Thank you, Chairman. I think I'm a bit curious about the mode in which this particular property was acquired, through auction. And I think that's straight knowledge that properties acquired through such means, auction, may be encumbered in certain ways that you may not be aware. Please, I just want to know whether you've done your checks and whether there aren't any hidden encumbrances which is preventing you from proceeding with the completion or renovation of the property for your staff to move in. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, there's no incumbent so far. It is about getting money from the central government to complete the project, because this is not the first of its kind. We have a lot of this.
IG, please, I'm struggling to hear you.
Okay, yes. What I'm saying is that this is not the first of its kind. We have a lot of these projects which are all on this stage. And then we hope that with our meeting today, we can channel our grievances through you for most of these projects which are still in this. Some are in the foundation stage, some are in the lintel level. And I think, like Minister said, we'll take our time and compile all these lists so that we can be able to get these projects completed. And so, Honorable Chair, we are passing our issues through you to the central government for assistance. Thank you.
All right, let's move on here. The next infraction is on Tano Pankrono Tafo. You see, when you change your R to L and L to R, it makes it difficult. Honorable Shirley will take care of that one, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Tafo Pankrono Divisional Police Command. This infraction is to do with abandoned program during study leave. The auditors noted that Sergeant Florence Enyim Kunedu, with payroll number 3741, proceeded on a 4-year study leave with pay from December 2021 to November 2024. However, their checks revealed that she abandoned the program and traveled outside the country. In this regard, Ms. Kunedu is required to refund the total amount of 119,366.13 Ghana cedis as total salaries paid her during her study leave period. The auditors also recommended that the divisional commander should recover those amounts with interest and pay same to the Auditor General's recovery account. Failure to do this, the divisional commander should pay. Can the committee know the progress of this recommendation?
Honorable Chair, the amount involved with interest has been paid and has been recovered and same paid to the Auditor General recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana. Thank you.
Auditors, please, can you confirm this?
Honorable Chair, so the amount has been recovered, inclusive of interest, so a total of 135,178 cedis was recovered. Thank you.
Madam Chair, permit me just to add that yes, I mean, and graciously to the IGP, we insisted that in the security services, they are supposed to do reconciliation or what do you call it, validation every month. So if you are the superior who failed to do the validation and check very well, you will have to be surcharged. And I can tell you this amount of, we surcharged those who were involved and make sure they paid it together with the interest. And I've told everybody, so long as I'm there, if this thing comes, we won't even wait for auditors to raise it. The moment you get this infraction, just know that you are going to pay, and you pay straight without any delay. So, but thank you so much for raising it, the auditors, and we can assure you that we'll do everything humanly possible to make sure that this is reduced drastically. Thank you so much.
Honorable, I think we need you with all our other ministries. You're doing a great job, and we commend you for that. We hope others will follow suit. Thank you.
All right, let's move on. The next infraction is on paragraph 1837, and Honorable Ernest will take care of that one.
Thank you, Chair. So this infraction has to do with unearned salary for District Police Headquarters, Ninahini. So the auditors noted that one officer, Godfred Akwesi Boatin, with service number 50299, embarked on an annual leave of 42 days, effective 6th May 2024. He was expected to resume by the 16th of June 2024, but failed to resume duty. What I find interesting here is that the district commander, who became aware of this situation, continued to validate this officer for the 2 months, which constituted into this unearned salary. IGP, can you confirm if you've been able to recover the total amount of 20,991.39 with interest at the prevailing Bank of Ghana rate?
Honorable Chair, the amount involved with interest has been paid, recovered, and same paid into the Auditor General recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana, and the total amount involved now was 23,178. Thank you.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, the assertion is accurate.
So I think, Mr. Chair, this falls in line with the directive from the minister. And I think
yes, and Madam Chair, if you permit me, there was one bit I forgot to mention. And now, with the help of the IGP and POMAC, we are even agreeing that if you are a service commander and you supervise this, you may be hearing complaint. When the time for your promotion comes, we will use all this against you to delay it. So you sit and supervise wrong things happening. So don't come knocking our door that it's time for promotion. You should suffer not only the repayment, but even when it comes to promotion, yours should be delayed to serve as a further deterrent for people to be up and doing the validation. So we can assure you that we are working so hard to make sure that these things are no longer within the service. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The next infraction is on paragraph 1841. And Duke Amwakwata Oforiata. Hey, you've taken all the names. We'll take care of it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Payment, the infraction is payment without official receipts to the tune of 33,040 cedis, relating to 5 payment vouchers of the Buakwa Divisional Police Command. The auditors recommended that the divisional commander should recover the total amount of 33,040 cedis from the divisional paymaster and same paid into the Auditor General's recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana, failing which the divisional commander should pay. Please, I'd like to ask, what is the status of this recovery?
Honorable Chair, in terms of the time when the internal auditors were doing their work, some of the documents were inadvertently removed from the payment vouchers, hence the audit query. The official receipts concerned have been subsequently retrieved, submitted, and verified by the auditors. And so there's an attachment of all the payments, the attachments for the 5 companies that these monies were paid with, to. So everything has been recovered. Thank you.
Auditors, can you please confirm?
Honorable Chair, those receipts were subsequently presented to us and we have verified them. So the matter is resolved.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, can I say something here? One thing that we notice with the auditors, when they write the management, report, I know by law they are supposed to give within a month a response. Because we operate a command and control structure. So sometimes you may write, then they have to pass through the IG and go down. So it takes a little time. Because this one, for example, I'm very sure if it has gotten to the officers involved in good time, all the attachments were there. You will have received it. But because of the route, that's why it delayed and it went. So I will be grateful if maybe with the security agencies, the auditors can find a way of working together to make sure within that 1 month, the thing travels the path and get to its destination. We may be able to avoid some of this because there was no any infraction because just the attachment went off, but it's been submitted as they said. Thank you so much.
All right, the next infraction is on paragraph 1843. And Honorable Ella Plim will take care of that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This infraction is illegal possession of firearms by civilians. Contrary to the above stated provision, we reviewed that the firearms license and noted that 606 firearms were illegally possessed by civilians since the licenses had expired and had not been renewed, thereby rendering their possessions and use unlawful. We obtained the 606 illegal possession of firearms from the licenses issued from the general counterpole receipts to holders of firearms. Details are below. What is the status of these infractions? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, the division has compiled a database of all licensed gun holders as recommended by the audit team. And so now what we are doing now is we are sensitizing people who are in possession of guns and then they have licenses, and then when the license expired, they don't go to renew as expected. So this thing is now ongoing. We are getting the list of all so that when even the time comes, the police will call you to come and renew your license. So this exercise is ongoing now. Thank you very much.
IG, and please, I want to find out, what is the process that one will have to go through to register a gun?
Yes, to register a gun means that you have to be given the license or the permit to possess a gun through this firearms registry. So when you have this gun, you are given the permit to be in possession, just like how you get driver's license permit. So you have it for a period of 1 year. And so after a year, you have to go back and then renew your license. But the problem we have is that people don't actually go straight to go and renew their licenses until something happens with the gun before police gets to know that such a license holder has not renewed.
Is the process straightforward? You know, sometimes people are reluctant to do some of these things because of the heckling, the pressures. So is the process straightforward that I have to go to this office, I go, I show, just like you're going to have get a driver's license, you go through the test, your eye, and so is the process given, and is the process that straightforward?
Yes, one of the easiest license or renewals to possess is the possession of the renewal of your gun license. It doesn't take you more than 30 minutes to go to this office, firearms office, and immediately they check all the records, and then the license is renewed. That one doesn't take time at all. It's one of the easiest way to possess and then renew your license or your permit to possess firearms. Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, can I also help here? One of the challenges that we have is that everything is manual. Everything that they do is manual. So, for example, you want to possess a sidearm. You write to the Minister for the Interior. I minute it to the NIB, that's the National Investigative Bureau, or the CID. They will do a background check on the chair and see, oh, what does she do? She's a member of parliament. Is she a threat to the public if she holds this gun? They will do all that check, and then they will advise the minister that, oh, upon our checks, we think that she qualifies to have it. But because then now you go to the CID office, they will take your fingerprint, they will record all those things, and then you pay the necessary fees, and then they grant you the license. The interesting thing that a lot of people don't know is that you may take your license in November. In December, it expires. It's not that for 1 year means until next year, November. The law is such that January, every license that you have, even if you held it, if you had it 30th December, January 1st, it expires. You have to renew it. But because all these things are manual, even, is it like driverless, I don't know, DVLA, whether they have computerized their things and now they may have our numbers so that they can send bulk messages to us. So it's like trying to get everybody who has a vehicle to come and renew his roadworthiness. If it is not computerized, it becomes a daunting task. So these 606 that they are talking about, they are scattered across the country. And trying to reach them, I mean, within a year, people might have even changed address and what have you. But what are we doing to mitigate this? We are currently working on digitalizing, like I mentioned earlier, almost every services in the ministry. In fact, we are almost at the tail end of it. We are very hopeful by November, December, it should come on board. So this is what's going to happen. You register, we have you in the registry. In the registry, we have your contact number. We have all your details. So 3 months to expiry, we'll send you a notification that your license will expire 31st December. And you no longer need to walk to any CID office where you have to go and join a queue and do these things to pay the renewal. Once we have, because the data will be talking to each other. Over the 1 year, we have not recorded any criminal activities about the chair that would granted her the license to hold the gun. Automatically, you'll be able to pay through your Momo or using your bank details so that you immediately renew it without having to do the struggle. So many people even tend to forget that the time has come for them to go. Unless they may be along the line, they just see the gun and say, hey, when was the last time I renewed my this? So we want to digitalize this. And by the grace of God, when we are done by the close of, worst case, by the close of the year, all these things will be digitalized, and it will give people the opportunity to do the renewal online without necessarily having to walk to the police headquarters. The only thing is that if there's a criminal record over the period, if you want to renew, it may deny you, and that may warrant that you now come fiscal. But it also helps us now, even if you change the address, because we are going to link it to your Ghana card, even if you change your address, we'll be able to tell that Muntaka is having gun, he has not been able to renew it over this period, and he has changed the address from Asarabotwe to Botima, and we'll be able to track him and either retrieve the gun from him or get him to renew his license. So these are the things that we are putting in place. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. Honorable Minister. The next infraction is on paragraph 1847 and is Ghana Prison Service Head Office. Honorable Sebastian Day will take care of that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Chairman. This infraction actually touches the very core of human dignity, Chairman. And Section 35 of the Prisons Service Act states that the DG, Director General, shall ensure that a prisoner is regularly supplied with wholesome and nourishing food in quantities sufficient to maintain the prisoner in good health. This is our law. But the auditors found out when they went on review that as at now, 1 Ghana cedis 80 pesos is what is allocated per prisoner per day. And this figure is on the books or is what has been approved since year 2010 and has not been changed. The auditors, upon review, recommended that the Director General should continue to liaise with the Ministry of Finance through the Ministry of Interior to increase this amount or this rate. Now, at the review, this is what management said. That the current daily feeding rate of 1 CD 80 pesos per inmate per day poses a significant challenge to the service. Numerous efforts have been undertaken and continue to be made to secure an increase in the rate, and management remains committed to this matter and will persist in engaging with the Ministry of Finance through the Ministry of Interior for the rate to be increased. My question is, what is the situation now? And specifically to the Director General, how have you been managing this situation, feeding people, men and women in prison with 1 CD 80 pesos per day?
Madam Chair, thank you.
Before you answer, with the leave of our chair, I want to come in here. As the chair of the Human Rights Committee of Ghana's Parliament, we have done some amount of work on this situation. We visited the prisons. We had engagement with the prisons management on this issue, and it's quite worrying. And with the leave of the chair, we would want to use this platform to appeal to Mr. President that this is a serious situation we have in our prisons. The minimum prison rules, the Mandela Rule 22.1 talks about it. And We have engaged extensively with the Defense and Interior Committee, which is also pushing the Interior Minister on ways that we can improve this. Because there was this statement I read on the floor a few months ago, and you consider even the school feeding program we have currently. A school child is given 2 Ghana cedis a day. And 2 Ghana cedi 50 pesos. And our prisoners are given only 1 cedi 80 pesos a day. This is 3 square meals. I can say 6 Ghana cedis in the morning, 6 Ghana cedis in the afternoon, 60 pesos in the morning, 60 in the afternoon, and 65 in the evening. And this is woefully inadequate. And Mr. Minister, with all the steps you have taken at your agencies, we are calling that in the next budget for November, some action should be taken. We called on Mr. Speaker to intervene in this. We called for even a minimum 5 Ghana cedi for a start. This 1.8 cedis was in 2010, 15 years ago. This is not about MPP, this is not about NDC. We are calling for the right thing to be done. The injustice being meted out to our prisoners. Mr. Chair, this is a very serious matter. I have so much interest in it. And before the minister comes, I know some action will come from minister today. We want to use the PSC platform to call for action on this.
You say that the reason why I'm coming up is you say we want to appeal to Mr. President. Yes. How many presidents have we had since 2010? You see, no, it's very serious because 2010. I'm on the floor now. I'm on the floor now. Please. This is not.
If you could let us answer, all this will have been.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very
Madam
much.
Come and I'll support her. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Many thanks for the opportunity. Since I think this has been recurring in our reports every time, and in these few months, various steps have been taken as enumerated in the status of the implementation. Gladly, we proposed 10 Ghana cedis and were granted 5. And after the consultations, President actually instructed that the amount should be increased to 5 cedis. And that's an amount of 10 million, which was supposed to cover the last quarter of the year, was to be released. But it is yet to be released, even though the approval has been given. And I also want to put on record that reference to the question of how we have managed the 1 cedi 80 pesos. I have to mention that the 1 cedi 80 pesos, in actual fact, is not the amount that is even used to feed the inmates, because the food is supplied by contractors who also take their profit from same. So practically, we are feeding 1 cedi. And so as a directorate, we have come together to bring about a project we call the Director General Kitchen Support Project. And in that project, all prison facilities across the country are supposed to have gardens, a small fish pond, a poultry or something related to animal husbandry, which is supposed to support same. Once in a while, the churches have also supported. And so we are feeding beyond 10 cedis. And it is through ingenuity. With the approval from the president, I think now, even as we speak, our budget for 2026 is capturing the 5 cedis. What we need now is the amount to be released for this last quarter. And efforts are being made to get the money into our accounts, and then a formal communication to that effect. As a directorate, we find this very serious, because once the feeding regime is wrong, it has a rippling effect on health and every other thing. So we are so passionate about it. We are working assiduously to ensure the rules change. And we are also hopeful that the 5 cedis will be increased in the course of 2026 to reflect the feeding regime for an adult, a disgruntled adult, an angry adult behind the walls. And we also have to note on this platform that of all the things that have given cause for inmates to riot, is food. And so we do everything within our walls to ensure that as much as it is possible, we are containing the inmates without the riots. Because if there is any riot, the poor prison officer becomes the first point of attack before any intervention. So whilst I have this platform, I also want to say that beyond the feeding, there are a lot of challenges. And if we want to have serious public safety in this country, we have to prioritize the needs of prisoners. Because they are part of us, they will be with us, and we don't know who next is going to be our guests. Thank you very much.
Well, Madam Chair, let me just add very briefly, if you permit me. Put your mic. Can you put your mic? Madam Chair, if you permit me.
But that was a very good submission, Madam.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
When I sat around this same table during the vetting, I raised this very passionately. And then since I went to the ministry, I've pursued it with all the energy in me. And I'm grateful the Lord has been so merciful to us, and we thank His Excellency and the team for at least listening to us. And like Director General rightly said, in fact, they agreed to do the 5 cities, and I even insisted that, yes, we need something now, even as we await the 5 cities. Fortunately, we've started the budget process, it's in there. But the last quarter, His Excellency approved that 10 million, because it was going to take averagely 10 million a quarter. So if you see our next budget, you see there will be, and now we managed to separate it, because what used to happen, I'm sure Madam Chair is very, very familiar, it gets bulked in within the budget of the prisons. So you are not able to see it standing alone, to see how small it is. I've managed to convince my colleague, the finance minister, to let it stand alone. So now you see it when the budget can, it will be standing alone, and you see that prison feeding is standing at 40 million. That's 10 million per quarter. We know that the 5 cities is not adequate, but looking at where we are taking it from, 1 city, 80% to 5 cities, it would be a good start, hoping that we'll build on it. Because like you rightly said, even children who just eat once, we use 2 cities, 50 pesos. Meaning that for adults, even if we are going to use that same rate, it means the minimum should be about 7 cities, 50 pesos. But we proposed 10 cities. We battled out, we were standing at 7 and 8, but you know the budget envelope, they said that they can manage with 5 for now. We are hoping that into 2027, we should be able to even get this even further improved. But like the Director General rightly said, the prison challenges are enormous. And when I visited some of them, I almost broke down, because I thought that they were preparing, you know, in the house when they are preparing to do TZ, they normally match the condo in a kind of water. So I thought that's what they said that's the porridge. I said, no, what is this? They said that's the porridge. And it came to a time that I don't know who brought the idea of 3 meals square, because 3 cannot be square. Now we are not talking about 3 meals square. We virtually come to a point that we're feeding them only once in a day. Because there's no any magic you can do with 1 Ghana cedi, 80 pesos, if not just water that you are going to give. So it was just once, and that was a danger that we were sitting on. So we tried to decongest by giving amnesty to about 787 first-timers and some few others, totaling about 900 plus, just to decongest the prison. Even with that, the prison congestion has just reduced from 36% to 33%, meaning that there's still congestion. But we believe that if we're able to feed, and some of the other strategies that we are trying to adopt, that's getting prison industrialization, where we set up industries within the prison, where Ministry of Education is supporting us to sign a memorandum of understanding, to do furniture, to do the sanitary part, to do uniform. That will help. Then they get something to do, they make additional income. And then the agriculture. And I must take this opportunity to thank a lot of Nananum across the country. They listened to our plea, and many of them have come forward. Some have given us 100 acres, 200 acres, and we are tilting it together with the Minister of Agric. Minister of Agric is also very supportive with this Feeding Ghana project. We'll partner them, and we are doing all this to help make sure that we produce some of the food ourselves, whilst we use at least the little that is coming from government for feeding, to make sure that at least, if for nothing, once they are there, they should be well fed. That will help us reduce the skin diseases that we see there, a lot of the ailment that we see, all that we hope will come down. But we are happy that at least some progress has been made, and we hope that maybe within the week, the finance minister will make sure that we get the 10 million so that 1st October, we have a start from tomorrow. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. You want to make another statement? You appeal to the president. He has listened. You have 5 cities. Now, what else?
Thank you, Chair, for indulging me. I would like to commend Minister and the Director General. One last thing I want to appeal is the remand block, which is really got into a very good stage. I would like you to intervene and help complete it so that at least the overcrowding at Nsawam, with the capacity of just about 800, now housing almost 3,300, would need your assistance in that regard as well. And also a last commercial. Prison service, they have the best mineral water. So if you want to buy water, just go to prisons, and we can also help improve the conditions there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Without laboring this, I just want to assure him that the remand prison block is something that we are looking seriously. And all the agencies under me will tell you, when I came, I instructed, if you come to the ministry, we take the water from the prisons. All our agencies, from the police, the immigration, everybody buys that water just to create the market for that. And I've also tasked the Director General to work with the private partners to make sure that we are not making the money for the private people, but we are making money for the prison service. So we are doing a number of things, but because this is just about audit issues, maybe when another opportunity comes for us to talk about what are we doing with the prison, the Director General may elaborate more about some of the things that we are doing to reform the prison service that way. Even the law that governs it, we've made a presentation to the Constitutional Review. The name, prison, we think that yes, it should be prison correctional facility, so that it will add in our mind that there should be correction as we talk about prison. But currently what we are simply doing is we are just warehousing them. It's not like you just buy something, you just go and open a warehouse, you put it and then you lock. But that should not be the case. It should be correctional. So we thank you so much for the suggestions.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Just a very simple question for the Minister, as he still on his seat. When are you going to do your next mass recruitment?
Now that Madam Chair knows, I always have to get
Honorable Minister, I will overrule the question.
Thank you.
Look, all the talking, you didn't tell them that Ankafu Prison is also my constituency.
We'll be there.
Okay, the next infraction is on the next infraction is on paragraph 1851. That is Immigration Service, your head office.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chairman. This has to do with withholding taxes to the tune of 1,272,473 Ghana cedis. Some people supply goods and services, and your organization was supposed to pay withholding taxes to GRA. During the reconciliation, it came out that out of 8,700,000 plus, you paid 7,461,000, living with an amount of 1,272,473 Ghana cedis, 29 pesos. Management also realized that, let me find out, has this money been paid? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, there was reconciliation. The 1.272 is not all. Some were exemptions from GRA. It had to do with officers' rent allowance, which is exempted, but it was added to the figure. With the reconciliation, the amount that was left was 159,001.17 cedis, which was duly paid to the GRA. There is evidence to that effect. And in fact, 65,097 cedis was paid but was captured as part of the non-payments. So the amount of 159,001 cedis, 17 pesos, has been duly paid to the GRA.
Thank you, Controller. Can the auditors confirm this?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that the tax exemption amounted to 1,113,472 cedis, and the actual payment was 159,000.
Thank you, Controller. Good job done.
1 minute. I just want to find out, don't you pay taxes on your rent? The security agencies are not supposed to pay taxes on their rent.
Madam Chair, yes, and there's the evidence we've given them the letter because, I mean, as you may know, this their rent is because of the percentage of salary, sometimes cannot get them the accommodation. So I think the Ministry of Finance worked it out through Parliament to exempt them. So because of that, they don't. Almost all of them, and there's not almost, all of them don't pay tax on their rent.
Respectfully, I want the auditors to confirm if, and there's a rule or there's a law that exempts the security agencies from paying
Honorable Chair,
taxes on rent.
they have a letter. This is actually a subsidy, rent subsidy. So it's not part of their monthly salary.
So it's not an
see.
exemption, it's a subsidy.
Yes.
There's a clear difference between an exemption and then a subsidy.
You have to teach us finance the terms so that will...
Okay, Ghana Immigration Service. You procured some shoes without getting a concurrent approval for it. The recommendation was for the Controller General should initiate the process of implementing the provision under Section 92 of the Public Procurement Act, 2003, as amended, for the implementation of the sanctions against the officers whose actions occasion that anomaly. Have you done that?
Yes, Mr. Chair. In actual fact, the necessary procurement were obtained. The procurement was done in 2022, and the payment done somewhere in 2024. The documentation, the approval from Public Procurement Authority is there. The tender review committee report is there. Everything was done, and the auditors have been furnished with all the documentation. I think it was the question of citing documentation.
Where were the documents when the auditors came?
I think we have challenges with space. Our headquarters is very, very, very small. So sometimes document preservation is a challenge. So I think within the period of the reconciliation, they obtained the documents. But it wasn't that the procurement was done without the proper authorization. The approvals were gotten actually before the procurement, and all the documents were furnished to the auditors, and we have copies.
Auditors, have you cited these documents?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the documents were subsequently submitted to us. We captured it because it came a bit late, but then we had almost completed a report. But they provided the documents, and we realized that indeed the procurement procedures actually started way back 2022.
So,
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I mean, let me just say this. It came again, like I rightly said, the time and the command and control, the way it goes. Because this was 2022, and like the comptroller just said, the office space there is really choked. So when the infraction was raised in 2024, to go and get documentation from 2022 to prove that it was properly done, there was that little delay, and that's what caused it. But not because it wasn't there. And I'm sure the auditors just confirmed that they received it. Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, thank you for attending to the committee. And with which one?
Oh, Mr. Anche, I thought you are my friend. When they decided me, let me.
No, you see the way our women are beautifully attired here. They need to speak for people to know the worth that they have in them. So now we have to do fire, so allow us to come to Ghana National Fire Service. That's what I was telling her. Okay.
The next one is on Ghana National Fire Service. New Edubiase, who's taking 1858.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, this infraction has to do with someone earned salary for 3 individuals to the tune of 16,570 Ghana cedis. And that 2 of them, they said, have been deceased. And I wonder why you verify a deceased person. Yesterday, we saw some individuals being verified for 26 months who were deceased. But they were asked that these amounts be taken from their next of kin. What recovery have been done out of these 16,000 so far?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. We did a conciliation with the auditors and realized it was 7,289.1 and not 16,570.60. Honorable Chair, please, the money has been recovered and duly paid to the appropriate quarters.
Auditors, can you please confirm this reconciliated figure and the recovery as well?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the amount was reconciled down to 7,269, which has been recovered.
Okay, Chairman.
The next infractions on paragraph 1861, and Honorable Hotoje will take care of that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this infraction has to do with an end salary at the fire station in Offenso. John Tewia, a leading fireman with staff ID 1294582, who vacated posts from 1st November 2023, was validated and paid an end salary of 3,485.49 for November 2023. The recommendation of the auditors is that the municipal fire commander must ensure that the affected staff paid back that money with prevailing Bank of Ghana rate and lodge same in Auditor General's recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana, failing which the municipal fire officer and the validator should be made to pay the money. What is the current status of this particular issue?
Honorable Chair, as you said, the validators were made to pay the amount and it's still paid.
Mr. Auditor, is that true? Has that been done accordingly?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the amount has been recovered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. The next one is on paragraph 1863, and it's on an earned salary of 6,152. What has happened to this amount?
Honorable Chair, please, it has been recovered and paid appropriately to the authorities concerned.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that.
Now, thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, let me just add, just for emphasis, we are not joking with this on N and all that. Once you validate, you carry the cross. We are very clear on that. You pay. They have some excuse. For example, someone has a jurisdiction, let's say he has a jurisdiction of, say, Offenso and, say, Techiman. And he will have an excuse that, oh, because Techiman is far from Offenso, before I got to know, the month has ended. I said, no, that's your headache to carry. You don't validate if you are not sure. Once you did the validation, you pay the penalty. So that's why we've been able to retrieve all from those who validated. If somebody is dead and you give the money, we are not going to be running after the deceased family. You, the one who validated, will have to suffer the consequences. Because if in the security service, you can allow this to happen, then that means there will be complete chaos. So we are very firm and will continue to hold the line and make sure that this nature of infractions do not happen. If it will happen, it should happen somewhere, but not within the security services. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and your team. You have done very well over here, answered all the questions. You are duly discharged.
Sorry, Honorable Minister, there are a few public interest questions that have been brought to my attention that I believe that the people of Ghana are waiting for one of the wonderful ministers we have in this country to help your agency answer. Yes. Oh no, today it's clear. It's been shown that Minister, you're on top of what you do, and I'm happy that.
Madam Chair, I beg you, if you could let me.
Yes. This is my personal, view of things, that you're on top of what you do, and I'm very happy with not just the submissions that you have made, but you are looking into the future, moving forward, what you intend to do to help curb some of these infractions. I'm happy with one, the digitalization of the whole process, so that it will go a long way to reduce human interventions. And usually when human interventions are reduced, there's efficiency and things get better. And so I'm happy with that. I'm also happy to hear that the feeding for the prison inmates have been increased from 1 CD, 80 pesos, to 5 CDs. I'm happy because in this country, we are one people, irrespective of where you find yourself. Whether you're a prisoner or you're a child enjoying free SHS, we are one people, and as such, we should all look to the interest of our citizens. So I'm happy that this is going to be done and it's going to be reflected in the next budget. There are two things. Ghana Immigration Service. Your people are saying that whenever they are sick or they need some health intervention, they always have to come all the way from Accra. Those who are not within Accra, they always will have to come all the way from wherever they are to Accra to enjoy these services. When it comes to endorsements of loans and all these things, they always will have to come from wherever they find themselves in the region to Accra. But I believe that we have offices and command centers in various places. With the improvements that your minister is talking about, it is time that I believe you set up offices in places that will be convenient for everybody, because everywhere, every part of this country is Ghana. So once they are somewhere, they should be able to enjoy the same benefits, the basic benefits that every person, be it in Accra or Kumasi or wherever, is enjoying. And so, Minister, I'll plead with you to work with the comptroller to make sure some of these little things that helps and boosts staff morale are put in place, so that we keep that huge distance that they have to come all the way to enjoy some of these benefits. And secondly, to the IGP, I want to know the process. Okay, let me put it this way. If a mob attacks a police station, what should be the response? I wasn't happy when I saw that the Tafo police station had been attacked and a letter had been written that it's being closed down, the staff are being transferred to a different place. Should that be the reaction when a mob attacks a police station? And lastly, in the process of promotion, I believe that there should be fairness. A lot of people complain about the fact that even though they are laid down procedures to go into what you call the college, sometimes they get the feeling that the processes are circumvented and people who are due to go for or to attend what you call the college are not given that opportunity. But I believe that irrespective of whom you know or who you know, if you have at least attained that minimum, that basic qualification to earn you that place, whether it is Honorable Muntaka, who is the IGP, or it is Mrs. Bafuboni, who is the IGP, you will have to go because that is what the rule says. So if you can take time to explain this to us, we're very grateful. Because today, if I don't do this, the people of Ghana would not be happy with me.
So maybe what I'll do is I'll let the commanders respond because some of the issues are not exactly so, then I'll fill in. So maybe we'll start with immigration.
Yes, Madam Chair. Regarding loan endorsements, we realize that a lot of the officers take the loan, the next moment he's traveled out of the country, he's not coming back. And the employer guaranteeing means it becomes the liability of the service. So we ask the regional commanders to do due diligence, just like the unearned salary. So if they are not sure of you, they would ask you to go to the center. And the records have shown a lot of them. So now most of the banks are now putting insurance on the loans. With those ones, the regional commanders can do. You imagine an employee who is less than 2 years is asking for a loan of 50,000. He hasn't even finished serving probation. These are the challenges. They will not tell you the truth. Most of them really don't qualify for the things they apply for and they are denied. So with regards to the loan, we are realizing we are incurring a lot of liabilities because of people take the loan, he absconds outside the country, never to return. So with that one, the regional commanders are also trying to avoid being held accountable. 2-3 months salary is different from a loan. So that is the challenge. With regards to the medical issue, it's never true. I was a regional commander from Bono region before I came to headquarters. As soon as you are taken ill, especially if it's a serious condition, the service takes over. Headquarters will advance some money to the regional commander or whoever is responsible. If it becomes even critical, we partner with the Air Force, they will airlift you to Accra. We have regional hospitals. They all go and they submit their bills to be paid. And this is where
hospitals around or
all the regional hospitals.
You can attend any of the regional hospitals.
You go and submit the bill. These officers will harass us for their rent allowance, which is 300 Ghana. When we tell them, let's put that money into a fund and take care of everyone, no, they are up in arms. In reality, if I give you the 300 Ghana, I'm done with you. But we've gone beyond that. If we knew, we would have brought you bills. We pay officers' bills to the tune of 100, 200,000 plus. Because we have instituted a welfare fund, a medical fund. Every month we deduct a certain amount from our salaries just to take care of these things. I think what has happened in the past is that it has not been formalized. So I have directed the finance and admin to sign an agreement with all regional hospitals, just like in Accra, we have with Ridge Hospital and 37. You go there, you are treated, and the bill is sent to the service to pay. You go to Asimfo, so we have it with the St. Joseph's Hospital. They take care of the trainees. Then the bill comes later, then we pay. In the past, it wasn't formalized. When it happens, the knee-jerk approach. But I've actually tasked to sign an agreement with, and I think our training school at Chebi, we have already done that with the Chebi Government Hospital because it's a training facility. So it is not true that they have to come all the way to Accra, no.
see that you said you've asked that they formalize the agreement between the regional hospitals so that when they go there, their bills are brought to you, validated first, and then brought to you, because that is also important. You don't want a situation where you are saddled with so much that you tend to wonder if truly this is actually the bill coming from you. But I'm asking also, aren't they mandated to use their NHIA cards or to cover bills that NHIA does not cover?
That is the challenge. Some of them are very stubborn. We even wanted a situation whereby we could procure the NIA card compulsorily from their 300 Ghana medical allowance. They will go to all manner of media houses and peddle lies. So we give them the option. But it's mandatory for every officer to have an NIA card. But most of them will not renew it. That is the challenge. Because they think that when it gets critical, the service will take over.
Well, Madam, maybe before the IGP comes on the immigration, just to fill in, one of, like he rightly said about the loans, one of the things that I've been suggesting to them is that, well, we can let people take the loan and the regional commanders be reassured that don't let it be so stressful, but understand that we'll put you on the stop list. So the moment you take a loan, we'll put you on the stop list to say that you are the type who cannot travel. Then they say that it's abusive. So you want to eat your cake and have it. No, we'll let you take the loan, because what we normally realize is that officers who have done something and they've gotten some school or they've gotten some opportunity to travel, they are those who quickly go in for a loan and use the service as guarantee. Then before you realize, the next moment, the person has left, then he will write that he's quitting the service. So we said, fine, it will be easier. We'll let you take the loan at the regional level. Let the commander just allow you to take it, but immediately we'll put you on the stop list. With regards to the health, I've been talking to the comptroller. I'm thinking that instead of us to wait for them to sometimes fall sick and then we'll foot all this bill, why are we not going to put it as part of our budget line? That we will ensure that you have an health insurance that is working. So that at least the top is what we're struggling with, the additional. But at least health insurance takes care of the core. Unfortunately, because immigration is a new institution, just like fire, not like the police has hospital. But the major challenge we even have now is that with the police hospital, I keep telling them that we are in the same agency. Why are we still acting and behaving in silos? If there's a police hospital, all the services should be able to attend and be given the same courtesies like the police officers, so that we equip the police officers. Instead of wanting police also want to build hospitals across all the system region. Immigration wants to build hospitals across the system region. Fire wants to do it. Then where we do not have police hospital, we can say maybe this fire hospital. Then another place will build immigration, then prison. But they are working together and making sure they are taking care of themselves. But the challenge, as you may know, as we speak, the police hospital in Kumasi was commissioned by me. The Tamale Police Hospital is ready for commission. We don't have staff to man it. And we need to recruit doctors, nurses, and what have you to man it. But the usual thing, waiting for financial clearance from finance minister to be able to do that. So the facilities are there, but we don't have the men to man it. So we are hoping that when we get there, because at least the police have some facilities across the country, working together, all the services to be able to go there, having the health insurance card. The additional one, we'll be able to work it out because we are in the same ministry. So we are trying to put up the best modalities to see how we'll take good care of them whilst they are serving the country. But I sincerely believe we should be able to do this. Even the police that we have the police hospitals, let's make sure that we have the health insurance card for them so that we are only burdened with the additional funding beyond what the National Health Insurance can do. Thank you, Madam. So now maybe IGP will respond to those comments about
Honorable Minister, I want to use this forum to tell members of the public that we all have to condemn the acts of irate youths always attacking police stations. There's a community in this country where we have one police station, which is a divisional headquarters being built by government. And then we have another that is the district headquarters being built by the locals themselves. When they were going to attack, they went to the building that was built by the government, they burned the building down. They came to their local building. Then somebody said, no, this way it was the MP who built it, so let us not touch it. So they didn't touch it. And so today, when you are in your area and you are asking us, we should come and open a police station, we'll ask you to build a police station yourself. And it is when you build a police station, and all those areas where there are these disturbances, they never attacked the stations that were built by the community themselves. And it is not good for this country. And so if you ask of closing down, yes, we'll close down because you have destroyed the station.
Mr. IGP, that cannot be the response because there are several places in this country where mobs have attacked police stations, but we never hear that the police stations have been closed down. So, Honorable Minister, for me, I don't think that should be the response. It's like the fact that your child, yes, pees on your lap doesn't mean you should cut your lap off. Exactly. What can you do to help strengthen your engagement with the community there so that they will see that you people are one, you are there to protect them, and they are also there to discharge their mandates as citizens. But clearly, I don't think the answer should be the shutting down. I'm not happy with the way things went. The fact that they attacked the place, the fact that it was burnt down.
Madam, this is the answer I have to give, madam. There's nothing more than this answer.
Please? Can I finish? The
Yes.
fact that you even, some of your men were hurt, I mean, it is not something that we are happy with. But I don't think that the police is there to protect people, protect property, protect the community. I don't think that should be the answer. Maybe if there are certain sanctions that you put in place to help reduce these things, yes, but the answer shouldn't be that just because my son or my daughter has done this, you are no more my son, you are no more my daughter, I have disowned you. That shouldn't be the case.
Well, Madam Chair, to say that you have to understand where the IG is coming from. I must say, he hasn't closed any police station without first talking to me. And each time each time he comes to me, I ask, what is the situation like? And I can tell you, Madam Chair, I know of the old Tafoda. Madam Chair, are you listening? Madam Chair, you asked a question, so I'm trying to answer. If you could listen so that we are not denying that we'll close some stations. What I'm saying is that there's not a single one he closed, the IGP closed without talking to me as the minister. And each time he came, I have asked some questions. One, what is the situation like? He will give me what we call the situational report. And I've cross-checked each of it with the regional minister. And in some instances, in the case of Eastern Region, you can find out from our colleague, the regional minister, where I tasked her to even go to the community. Each of the instances where we had to close, each of the instances that we had to close, it is when our men are in danger. One, the men that you have there are not many. And the community mob outnumbers the police. We do not want a situation where anybody will lose life because of the confrontation with the police. So we'll say that, can we close it temporarily? Once we get the regional minister and others go in, intervene, calm tempers down, then we'll reopen. Because it is for safety of our men. It's not that we are doing it as a punishment to close down so that, because in that heat, you see, the challenge that I've noticed over the period is that when you anger the police, you assume that he is professional, he should be able to act professional, but with the greatest way, it's like you and I, the same blood, the same. So once a stone hits him, he begins to cock his gun. And then when there's death, then we are on them. So but when there's danger, but where we have men, let's say we have a barracks, the men are many, or maybe there's even a nearby police station or place that we can call for reinforcement, we'll quickly call for reinforcement to enforce the law and order and protect the men that are there. So all those instances that you notice that you check, you see that it's a small police station where the men are few and the irate youth, the anger is so high that you want to get tempers down. So you can be rest assured. I can assure you that we will not run away from our responsibility. That because you have shot and killed a police officer, so we are packing out of a whole region or out of a whole district or out of a whole town. But during that period where temperatures are high, what we do is that we withdraw, and there are so many examples. I'll tell you, like Boko, when they were at a peak of time, they attacked the divisional command, they burned the police station. Even our men who were living in private homes, we have to withdraw all of them into a camp, the military camp, just for safety. Not even only them. There were immigration, fire, we had to quickly move into the camp just to make sure that they safeguard. Then it was only the military then who were stepping out with armored vehicles to make sure that tempests calm down before we go back to be able to open. In Nkranza, I can tell you, so we have a number of instances, but it is on the situation and the need to do it. It's not an arbitrary thing, but we do it on the need to do it. And usually, it's not supposed to be for a long period. It is just to make sure that tempests are down, we get our men back, we refix the place. But what we want to make an appeal through all of us is that we should be able to talk to our citizens to know that police are supposed to be our friends. The time where we have a police force is different from now we have police service. They are supposed to serve us. They are supposed to be our first line of what you call a protection. That's why you see that in the case of the military, because they are not trained to manage people, even if you throw sachet water to a soldier, he throws bullets back to you. Because for them, anything you throw to him, even if you throw an handkerchief to a soldier, for him, that's a missile. And then he will fire you with a bullet. So, but the police are not like that. But sometimes when they are in danger, we need to appreciate that we need to de-escalate, especially where they are blaming one police officer or the other for the cause of a death or injury. If you don't do that, you are not careful, you may escalate the whole thing. So, Madam, be rest assured, if there's any police station that is still closed, I can assure you that together with the IGP, we'll take steps to get them open.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. You know, the letter did not say that it was they are stepping it down for a while to look at the situation and get back. They are closing the police station. They are sending their men outside. And I'm thinking maybe, I know they also reacted to a suspect dying in the custody of the police. And so that is why. But these two wrongs will not bring the person
obviously.
back. But so we should find how we can engage more. The police can engage more in community. I don't think that people will just go out of their way to burn down police stations that have been built by governments. It is not the case, and it is not intentional that they will leave that of the police station built by the MP and then go ahead and burn police stations built by government. No, I think we should.
In fact, Madam Chair, it's what we are saying. So you know the interesting thing, over the period I've been an MP, I have built more police stations than what government had done. And if you go to Aswansi, the only one that we had that we used to call Aswansi police station was the airport police station, which is at the airport now. You go to Aswansi, we built one in Boban, we built one in Pakoso and Asokor Mompong, which was done privately. And I can tell you there have been instances where, I think the one in Aswansi proper now, where there was an infraction. When they wanted to do like they had done to the airport police station before, the same members said, no, this one was built by our MPO. So, I mean, what the IG is saying is a fact.
Minister,
but what we are saying is that whether it is being...
It's all about engagement.
Yes, I agree with you.
So if you engage closely with them, they will cherish you and they will make sure they work hand in hand with you. So maybe let us engage more with the citizens.
In fact, it's the reason why we are trying to even
understand where they are coming from. But I also am speaking as a citizen of this country, that we need that protection. And so for any reason, if one wrong has been done, it doesn't mean that you should pull away
Well
your
noted,
services.
Madam Chair.
So the second one to do with the college attendance, I'll be grateful if I can.
Yes, I mean, IG will try, but I will also add up when he's done, about the recruitment into the college, even the promotion.
Honorable Chair, for the college, there's no, let's say, there's no exercise going now for people to go to college, and that one will be done later. Really, those things happened in the past, and then when I assumed office, I did all within my powers to make sure that we correct all those anomalies about promotions. So those anomalies were sent to the police council, and then they were approved. And so personnel who were far behind in their ranks 4 years, 5 years, 6, 8 years, and they were not promoted. They have also been given those promotions. And so preparation to go to police academy, nothing is going on as at now. And so those complaints cannot happen at this time of the period. Thank you very much.
Well, Madam Chair, like the IG rightly said, we had taken steps. When we came, we had all these complaints, and we took steps to say that, look, let's right the wrong. And if anybody is not satisfied, let's have a petition. As you and I speak, we have, I think, about 7 petitions that has been looked at. We have the police council meeting sometime maybe this week or early next week. Those ones will even be looked at. Then about the college. Look, you have to be chief inspector before you can get to college. At a point in time, you have more chief inspectors than the space can take. So you have to introduce an entrance exams. And then some will fail, some will pass. Even the passing, let's assume if you set 50% for passing, and I'm learning from the law school instance. So you don't set the pass mark, you just say that, look, this can take 200. So I'll take the first 200 to go. Another opportunity comes, the others will go. I know your challenge, the challenge is about the transparent nature of it. How transparent is it? So that we are trying to make sure that we put up the right modalities to make sure that when it is done, you will not have this unnecessarily suspicion that someone who didn't qualify has been given an opportunity to go, whilst those who qualify are sitting behind. Since we came, there hasn't been any opportunity to go to Cali because of this same financial clearance. But we are working at it, and I can assure you and the general public is that when the time comes and we are going, we will make sure that the right things are done. And those who sincerely and genuinely have the opportunity to go will have the opportunity to go. You know, in the past, we've seen people where, as they themselves said, you have to be chief inspector before you go. Somebody is an inspector and he's made to go ahead of people who are chief inspectors. I can assure you that will not happen under our watch. We'll make sure that the right thing is done. Even the chief inspectors, some is a chief inspector, but he doesn't even have a diploma or a degree. You can't go ahead of somebody who has maybe his degree and a master's. You have to write the entrance exam. So we'll make sure that those things are properly done. With regards to the promotion, Madam Chair, I'm very clear on my mind. Even the police administration themselves don't feel comfortable when I say it. I don't see anywhere in this world where what they are doing happens. With the greater respect, when I see around this table, I've been in the Chamber of Parliament longer than any of you. So when it comes to Parliament and what we do, I know we all know ourselves. And even though we might have come in the same year, we know each other's worth. You just sit in the police, 4 years, it's time for promotion. Then all of us are promoted. 4 years is another time for promotion. Then all of us are promoted. What is the incentive for hard work? There will be no incentive for anybody to work hard because, as we all know, the harder you work, the more you are likely to have service issues. Because you are working very hard, you make some mistake here, then they will query you, you make that mistake a little there. It is the one who goes to fetch water that breaks the pot. So I don't want any infraction, so I'll fold my hand and just be lying down, and then 4 years come, I get promoted. You, the one who's been working very hard, sometimes you get queries and other things. Because of those queries, you are lagging behind. Because when they come and check your file, oh, the other time you did this, so because of that, yours is going to be delayed. He has lied low, or she has lied low, 4 years come. The last police council, I tabled and insisted that we need to review the regulation. I think that for us to have a very efficient service, whether police, immigration, fire, prisons, it must be anchored on 3 things. 1, the attitude of the service person. 2, the skills that you have. And 3, the knowledge. And the skills can only be gotten only through periodic training. So you should, in my view, you should not just get promoted when you've not gone through certain regimental training. I'm sorry to say, we have police officers today. If you take them to the police range for firing, Madam Chair, they will piece on themselves. Yet they are walking around every 4 years, promote me, promote me. Another thing, someone comes as a professional. Madam, you are a professional. You are a professional, chartered accountant. You join a service. And then before you realize you want to be promoted to even come in the police, to be commissioner of police, that is wrong. It doesn't happen anywhere. Because you are a professional, you have a limit where you go. For you to become a commissioner means that you can be an IGP. You should be an operational person. Someone comes as a PR, then before you realize he will take the PR, he doesn't go anywhere, he hasn't been anything, he hasn't done anything significant. Tomorrow he's COP. And once he's COP, he starts knocking at politicians' door, I want to be IGP. I'm sorry to say I give this example. Madam Chair, I know an immigration officer, when we first came, that he is so NDC that he's a superintendent of immigration. He went to tell the corridors of government that he should be made the Comptroller General. But they don't know, myself, until I became the Interior Minister, I didn't know their nomenclature very well. Then the thing was forwarded to me. I look at it, I said, I don't want to believe that this is true. So I called the immigration, the Comptroller. Can you check your system, this person, what is his rank? He confirmed what I've seen on the paper. I quickly took my vehicle straight to the corridors of power. I said, this CV, do you know what it means? From superintendent, you go to chief superintendent. From chief superintendent to assistant commissioner. From assistant commissioner to deputy commissioner, before you get to the top. And this one, because he's so NDC, he wants to be picked from this middle to go and head the place. And do you know the funny thing? When he was recruited as a driver. How do we just want to do politics and destroy the institution that we have? So some of the new measures that the new government is trying to implement in the services, they themselves are not very comfortable with it because I insist that it should be based on merit. I was somewhere where a fire officer, who is a driver, he has driven the fire tender for long, and I got into a stage. He thinks that he should be able to cross to the next level without passing through the exams. I said, no, you must pass the exams. With the greatest respect, you may be Senator Rawlings, the daughter of President Rawlings, who formed NDC. Once you are in the service, you must pass the exams before you can cross the next level. We are not just going to jump you. But in the past they've done it. I said, if people have done in the past wrong thing, honestly, I'm not going to sit and supervise the wrong thing being done. So you can be rest assured, when it comes to the promotion, we'll be very mindful, and it will interest you to know. When we are even going for police council, I'll tell the IGP, IG, can I know currently, you know what they call with the services, depending on the size of the service, they have what they call the established positions. So the police, how many COPs should you have? How many DCOPs should you have? So if you are coming for promotion, I will look. You already have, let's say, if you are supposed to have only 20 COPs, now you have 15, and you are saying that I should promote 6. Then I said that, it will pass your established positions. Because you are supposed to have maximum 20. Now you have 15. And now you are bringing 6. That will make it 21. So among them, who is the junior most? He should wait. When is somebody retiring? You have to match all that. And they are not comfortable. I know. They are not, but I keep on saying that, look, we cannot keep doing the wrong thing and expect that magic will happen. Some people should be firm to say that let's do the right thing and let's see what the right thing will do. I know people have told me, whispering into my ear. Okay, you sit and be doing the right thing. Another government will come and mess all the right thing that you've done. At least whilst I'm there, let me do the right thing. That is the best thing. So thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. This is Parliament, so we don't clap here. But this is an extension. To be honest with you, this is was worth the wait. We should have met you in August. And then for one reason or the other, we couldn't meet you because of your schedules and our schedules as well. And so it was worth the wait. And thank you so much for this interactive session. I wish you all the best. I pray and hope that you all discharge your mandates as is expected of you, so that at the end of the day, it is Ghana that wins. Thank you. Honorable Ranking, over to you.